Hi, everybody. I wonder if you can hear me. I'm just going to admit you guys. And once we're full, hi, everybody. I wonder if you can hear me. I'm just going to admit you guys.
Hello, Rory.
Once we're full, hey there. All right, I'm getting the gist of all of this. I'll just admit one or two other people, and then we should be there. So much is happening, even in the last 2 hours. Thank you very much, Barbara. I'm going to share my screen on time. And I'm going to just update everybody here where things are standing. So let's just give it 2 more minutes. All right. Time has just gone 2 minutes past 4, and we are going live. So everybody, as you know, there's a lot of chaos going on with regards to where things are standing with Sam Lee and or V.E.N.D. Now, I announced that I'm doing this presentation right now, and lo and behold, what happens? V.E.N.D is now doing a presentation at exactly the same time, explaining to people what to do to duplicate the assets. So before we go ahead, I'm just going to share one or two things with everybody. Those that want to attend that meeting can go and have a look at that meeting. It's not going to be long. So I'm going to share my screen, and we will just quickly go through the pointers with everybody. Let me just go through to the presenters. The scary thing is that, there's a lot of things taking place now in Dubai, and we know what's happening in the US. And I think my feeling is that the website, if you try to work on the website, you'll notice that it's not working. You can't actually log into StableDAO for those that have tried. So I'm just going to go through this presentation quickly. And can everybody see the screen? Brigitte, can you see the screen? Yes, I see
Yes,
that.
Rory. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. So I'm going to make this very short, because if there is some update from Sam, I did give him the platform and the opportunity to come and talk to us. He's decided not to. Again, this presentation is for private and for members only. This is now being broadcasted to YouTube, so it's going to go to a wider audience. And really, all participants or viewers or members must seek their own advice and choose their own correct action. Sorry, the date I didn't update. Today is the 7th of February. And everything I'm saying here is with my own perspective on the matter. So let's go to slide 2. So this is a presentation that I wanted to give detailed information to everybody. This is what you're seeing on live, and this is what I've sent through to everybody. I'm going to hold off on presenting the steps because obviously, as I just said earlier, as soon as I started to present this, exactly the same time, V.E.N.D decides to hold a meeting at the same time. So you can see this was announced just about an hour and a half ago. So I don't know if Sam is trying to take people away from this meeting, or if this was planned before, but certainly this invitation only came out now. These are brochures or information that's been communicated. I will send it out to everybody that registered on this list. I will send out an email to everybody that's registered to make sure that they get copies of this information. The contact over here for the help desk is AC Wiz. And just from our perspective, I wrote to him to say, hey, there's a problem with the Stable Limited website. He came back to me saying there's only a technical problem. So if you're going to try and move your assets across, this is what you're going to see. Both on the right-hand side, that's the mobile, and on the left-hand side, that is what you're going to see saying this account has been suspended. So Stable.Limited has been suspended. Now, when I went to help, they said it's just a technical issue. You can see that over there. Hi, sir. Tech team is working. I think some tech issues with the server. It will get fixed in 24 hours. No need to worry. Now, I went back to that message to Ace Wizard, and that message specifically has been deleted. So maybe Sam is announcing that he is incarcerated or will be, who knows. So stable DAO over here, that is what you would normally see when you log in. So a Vidilook, these are the screens that you will see. My recommendation, which I'll make before we cross over live, I don't know how to do it here, guys, because I've only got one computer and Zoom. So I'll post in the link for those that want to go in on that live session with Sam. But please, I just suggest before you fill in any details, you need to go here at the bottom and record your assets. So next to the home button, you need to convert all your pending rewards, or you need to make sure that you get all your assets recorded, because we are going to go to court one way or another. I've set a date in mind, 15th of February. If Sam Lee hasn't answered the questions, or he has not been expedited to Australia or the US, I will then start the process of phase 2. So that is in 8 days' time. We now have 13,405 people that are willing to join us on the legal case or the legal suit. If you're not sure about that, you can just write to me. I'll send you the link or just check on the groups. And just why this is of great interest for the US, nearly 4,000 people have reported that they've been affected by a hypertech group in some form or another. And that is why the SEC has got its charges. 12% is from South Africa and 9.6 is sitting at the UK. So this, as I said, is going to be a very short meeting. I'm going to go and look for I'll go live and I will share my screen. Let's go to Telegram and see if I can open that up. I will then post that in the group. And then what we will do is that we will see what Sam has to say.
Rory,
yes, go ahead, please.
this is Mario. There's nobody talking on that call, and there's only 28 people currently on that call. So,
okay. So should we rather have open chat here until we know that call is actually taking place? I anticipate that this is just a tactic from Sam, or that was just my view. So
I've got it open. So just go ahead and continue your thing calmly, and I'll let you know if they start talking.
Yeah, thank you, Mario. I don't know how to share it on this. I don't know how one would actually share this. If I'd click on to another event, because it's also a Zoom, so there'd be 2 Zooms, correct?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do it. Okay, fine. So I basically what the steps are is that we're supposed to log into StableDAO. Let me go back to that presentation. Sorry, I was racing through everything, guys, because I was anticipating Sam speaking. But thanks, Mario. Then we can at least.
I'll let you know as soon as something goes on.
Okay, cool. Let me just admit all the other people that are there. And let me go back to sharing the presentation. All right, Mario, I'm going to make you co-presenter if that's okay.
Sure, no problem. I can help.
What would I find your?
I'll raise my hand.
All right. All right, cool. Does anybody else want to be a co-host and just assist? You can also let people in and out. Anybody else want to be a co-host? Just raise your hand. I can. Okay, Anna, I'm going to find you. And I think 2 or 3 should be fine. And Sharon. Okay, super. So I think that we got 3 people. And sorry, I raced through everything, guys, because I didn't want you to miss what was being said.
Okay, they just started. Some lady just came on.
Okay. That's probably on that side. Well, let's just have it open. Is there anybody that wants to say anything before we broadcast across? Because I can't share. We can just click on and join on that side and just see what they have to say.
I can actually put it live so you can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear it?
Also note that the meeting is live on Facebook. So if you have friends and family on Facebook, kindly make sure that you send the link to them. And also you can also join on Facebook and also share the live recording of this meeting. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's Tuesday today. And I know we've just started the week and I hope everyone is good. Let me just introduce myself first before we start. My name is Nandi. I'm from South Africa, and I'm based in the city of Johannesburg, the city of gold. Welcome, everyone. If you are a guest, please feel at home. We'll take questions after the presentation of the project owners. Then we'll allow everyone to raise hand and ask questions.
You're also live
So,
streaming
ladies and
it on their
gentlemen, before
Facebook.
I start with the presentations with the project owners, I've just noticed that our CEO is here, Mr. Sam Lee. So I just wanted to check if maybe he will open the meeting for us today. It will be such a privilege for us if he opens up the meeting. Hi, Sam. How are you?
Hi, I'm just outside, and so I'm not available to turn on the camera, but I just wanted to share just a quick 2-minute message. I welcome everyone to the meeting, and also just thank everyone for their participation in a journey of learning, because we need to understand the business model before participating in business. The business involves products. Products have product life cycles, and we all have our role to play to make sure that we achieve the best outcome. So, as we can see, projects that are external to V.E.N.D can also be introduced to the V.E.N.D community. We can replicate the models. We can be transparent with the liquidity, and of course, bring communities that believe in successful models, but just need the right people to create the outcomes together. So we're all hard at work to make sure that everything is more seamlessly connected in 2024, and I look forward to an exciting future. So thank you everyone for joining. I hand this back over to you. Thank you, Nandi.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sam. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sam, is a CEO and the owner of the V.E.N.D platform that we are into right now. We always have our CEO in the room, and we are privileged to always have him with us every day and guiding us on how to make money. And yes, I must agree that we are making money in the platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly go through to the business of the day. And please allow me to share my screen. Just give me a second.
Mario?
Yes, sir.
I think let's just drop that sound, because I think Nandi's just going to go into a straight presentation and just talk about the same stuff. Sam hasn't dealt with the stable limited issue at all. He hasn't raised, he knows those issues are there because I've messaged him directly. I've also messaged help. So it just sounds like the same old story from my side, what I can hear. I don't know if you guys feel differently.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, you're right on spot there, Rory. Yeah.
He's just going through the same mill of everything again. And I just can't, I just cannot stand by and watch and listen to her go on about, how good V.E.N.D is and all these other rubbish products that are there. So I think from my side, what I want to say to everybody here is I'm going to host a meeting on Friday, a more in-depth meeting. Right now, we've still got about 12 to 13 days before we're supposed to move our assets across. And from our side, I don't want to do anything or suggest any moving of anything, particularly if even Stable DAO is not even operational or Stable Limited. I'll try and go in again. I don't know, see if I can share my screen with everybody. And maybe what we could do is just maybe have 10 minutes of questions if anybody would like to do that. But I honestly don't want to give any indication of anything, because right now it just looks like an absolute royal mess of a thing going on.
Rory, can I have just 1 second with you?
Yeah, please go for it.
Okay. A lot of people have been having questions to me about how to do the screen video. Some phones, some devices, some computers are a little tough to do it. But if they open up a Zoom by themselves, if they open up a Zoom by themselves, okay, which is free, 100%, they can record it onto their device, okay? They can record themselves on their device and go through every one of the pages, okay? So make sure that you record, just like Rory advised everybody, record and get screenshots and start from the point of login so they see your email, not your passwords, just your emails. Okay, very important. Just I put that out there, Rory.
Thanks very much. I appreciate that. So I think the recommendation for I would actually extend this to all projects that Sam is connected to. I wouldn't even just leave it on, the Vidilook as well, because I would go across the board. Unfortunately, we can't get into Stable Limited. I think what's happened is that website has been reported and blocked, and that's why we can't get in. We've seen similar stuff happen with Sam's first start with We Are All Satoshi, then it's Network, then .ai. I think it's Network at the moment. So from a legal perspective, what we're going to do, as I said to you, those that want to go ahead, if certain things have not taken place by the 15th of this month, I'm going aggressively into phase 2, and we will then start uploading all that information and proceeding in the courts of Dubai. If Sam is not extradited to Australia. And the reason why I've held back a little bit is because you've seen now the SEC has got a case against him or laid charges against him, and so is Australia. But if they haven't activated anything by the 15th of this month, we're going into phase 2, and we'll go and fight head to head, or at least I'm happy to lead the charge because I committed that to the community. We'll go head to head in Dubai, and there's a strategy that we got involved to make sure that we call to action on this and we raise the awareness on it. From my side, again, for those people that have been affected, obviously, you need to decide what you want to do. Some people just want to walk away, and that's fine, but I personally can't do that. I cannot walk away seeing all the pain and the hurt. As I said, we got over 13,500 people that are wanting to get truth. They're wanting to get to some form of justice. And if there's a chance of getting some money back, yes, fantastic. Because, I'm sure Dubai has a certain ways of doing things. And I don't want to raise expectation that, join the law case, you will definitely get your money back. That's, I mean, how can I adjudicate that before the time? But there are certainly assets, and I have spoken to some other people that are wanting to support those people that are supporting the law case. So let's just leave it like that. I think I'm going to open up the floor for, let's give it for the next 10 minutes. I didn't want to make this a long meeting. So anybody that wants to ask a question relating to Stable DAO or the law case, please just raise your hands and shoot away. I see Mario, do you want to say something there?
Yes, sir. How you doing? I just want everybody to know, first of all, Rory is working around the clock. We are in communication with a lot of the leaders and stuff. And I want to just tell everybody, I'm Mario, the hyperdriver. I'm supporting this move 100%. I encourage everybody to reach out to everybody in their downlines and get them involved in this. And that way, at least, you'll have some closing to all of this, and we can go forward in life. But this man does need to be stopped. Okay. Rory is doing a lot of work. He's working around the clock, and thank you very, very much, Rory. I appreciate everything you've done from the bottom of my heart, and everybody on my team thanks you as well. Okay. Thank you. That's appreciate all I had.
Thank you very much. And I see there's a question. If you don't have a Stable DAO account, you can reach out to anybody that has one, but I wouldn't do anything at the moment because obviously Stable DAO is not working. So let's go to Alex at the moment. Alex, if you can unmute yourself, please, and take the floor. Alex, you there? You got your hand raised? I'll try one more time and we'll come back to you. Let's go to Cynthia so long. Cynthia, you there? I see your hand is raised.
Yeah, hi Rory. It was just basically an observation. So
Yes.
I heard via the grapevine about the Vidilook story. I logged in, and just as an attempt, I put in the V.E.N.D, obviously linking my things. They're only transferring the ads that you've watched. So
Okay.
if you've got any ad value or any other amounts lying there, it's not being transferred. It's only, and obviously well, I don't know about anybody else, but I didn't waste my time any further. I did it for a while afterwards, but obviously when we saw that it was futile and he was just moving on merrily with whatever other things he was generating, I stopped watching. But just as a test, I did it, and they're only transferring watched ads. So that basically leaves the bulk of your assets in Vidilook, and it will obviously, I'm assuming, disappear with everything else.
Yeah. So it's quite amazing. Sam has, we know he has complete control of the wallets because we've proven that. We've seen that. He has complete control of the IT. So one of the things that we want to go forward with is say, and again, I don't want to give too much away, is hang on, over here we got USDT and all these other. So what I've done, this is what I'm doing, because I'm not anticipating Sam is going to honor anything at this point. It's just
no, he's not.
Okay. So I want to make sure that there's USDT reflected there, because when they do the account audits, how can you run that system and not have that money in the accounts matching that, in the whole account? So that will be a very strong angle. Now, USDT is a recognized stablecoin. VDL and all the other stuff, what is the tokenomics behind that? How did he do that? Because that's just going up and up in value. I think it's over $14 now to one of these things. So for me, there's complete manipulation, and this is going to have to be exposed. And seeing that he wrote the software, and he is he's saying he's not the owner. Well, he would have to certainly know what the owner's intentions were. And he's saying it's Garrett. Again, I could play another recording here. In all honesty, come on, Sam, we know better than that. But he's spoken to me and saying that everybody's against him. He's not the owner, and he's only ever made 2%. So we'll get to the bottom of it, Cynthia, one way or another. And that's why
the fact is that he's, even if he wants to say that he's not the owner, it's very strange that V.E.N.D is following the exact same format as Vidilook and VAV and all of the others. What is the common denomination here? Obviously, Rory, you know my history, so I wasn't aware of anything, but I was in that meetings in the background, and I know exactly what went on there. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, and look, Cynthia, from my side, look, I understand some people are scared and they don't want to put their name attached to anything. So that's fine. Maybe there's another way that you can support the legal matter, because people don't want to, put their name on lists and all that. But, for me, I have no problem. I never went in with any intentions to do anything other than to, better myself or help people, not at the expense of other people, but to help people. We in South Africa, as you know, went through a very rough time, Cynthia, back in the hyperfund days. And, here you've got the so-called guy and Ryan Zhu that have been on Amazon Prime. COVID, everybody was looking to make a little bit of extra money. They'd lost their jobs, and then when Sam came out at the beginning of last year and said, oh, finally, I'm relieved from all my, that I can't do anything. Now I'm going to solve and fix these problems. And that was when he launched StableDAO, and then obviously we've been through that mess over the last time. So
it's just
this goes back to hyper days for me.
I think all of us that became involved for the right reasons. We saw an opportunity of perhaps bettering the economy, well, not the economy, but the people's struggle in South Africa, because we could earn in dollars. That was certainly my intent. What angered me is that the same stories as what he is, he doesn't even come up with new stories. It just depends on where you fall into the queue. So when I fall in, he was saying the same stories as what he's saying now, that nobody's believing in him, and his intent is always good. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I think I'm quite a level-headed person, and I told myself I'll give him V.E.N.D, and I want to see if he says he wasn't involved in anything before. V.E.N.D surely now now is his, and let's see how he acts in V.E.N.D. And so much so that he approached me to assist on the staff, which I did for a very limited time. And with obviously with what I was able to gather behind the scenes, I made my displeasure of what I eventually uncovered very clear and exited that November already, because I'm not going to partake on bringing more damage to our country and our people. So for that part, and for him fooling me for the bit that he did, I'm not angry, but I'm like icky about it, and therefore I'm going to stick. I'm like you. I'm going to stick to my guns, and I don't mind my name being there, because I know what I know, and I know this time around I know firsthand. There's nothing you can say that I don't know 100% that the intent was always the same, and it was always him that was involved.
Correct. And also you've got some very certain skills, on the accounting side. So,
well, that's how it was uncovered. He was kept on
Exactly.
telling us to look at the data. I looked at the data, and
Exactly.
that was the problem. That was the problem.
So when this goes back to me, as I said, from Hyperverse days. Okay, so when Hyperverse failed, or Hyperfund became Hyperverse, I didn't get involved in Hypernation or Cosmos or any of those other things, right? And I reached out to Sam, and I was working via a hired crew, I hired people in South Africa that we were dealing with, actually, Sam and his attorneys. And Sam had committed and said, because at that stage on Hyperverse, he said, oh, the reason we're not paying anybody, or what was told to us, is because there were duplicate accounts. Now, this is in the beginning, they said you can have duplicate accounts, and they changed their story. And I reached out, it was from, February, March. So March, I jumped on a plane and I went to Dubai. And at that stage, I hadn't met Kalpesh Patel or Keith. And I wanted to get close to them to understand a little bit better, to maybe try and see Sam or find the offices in Dubai. So that was my intent. So obviously I met up with them, befriended them, chatted, and got to know them. And then through that led me to start engaging with Sam Lee. And then obviously we had there were calls, his attorney James, and this went on up until mid-July. And eventually basically what happened is we were told, yes, we are going to do it. We will resolve it. We had a proposal that we put through. And at that time, I had quite a lot of staff working for me, not just obviously we were involved in other stuff, like in the insurance businesses, etc. But I had a call center, and at that stage, I think my staff complement was 187. Okay, so we would have quite easily been able to, and we had all the technology from a call center perspective to be able to absorb and be able to clear up all this information that was required. And I even said to Sam at the time, I said, Sam, whatever's owed to me, don't pay me that money. Just pay for these services so that we can fix this problem. And that was part of the issue. When I said Sam, this was working through third parties, but I got all the proposals and everything. I even bought a, what do you call it? A visa for Dubai, because he said, I was told, come to Dubai. So I bought a 3-month visa, and I was on standby for 3 months, going back and forth that yes, it's going to happen. No, then no, they were going to come to South Africa. So basically, in short, I was just given the runaround, absolute runaround. And then I was like, okay, then I had to deal with all the staff and all the issues that had taken place. And then in the beginning of the year, Sam came out. So for me, this goes back to that first stage. And when I came back onto the scene, I was like, okay, Sam, as you said, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's really see if you honor what you say you're going to honor. Maybe something happened last year and you couldn't engage, but now you're saying you can engage. And that's when I started. And I made sure that I got close to understanding what was going on as best as possible. And now I have what I believe is enough information. And with the local understanding of what we've been discussing on the ground, we have enough information to do what needs to be done. And this is only of Sam's own making. Sam could have turned out to be the hero and fix this, but he kept doing the same thing over and over again. And I just cannot let it go. I will continue with this. So that's me. Hopefully I didn't bore you there, Cynthia. All right, I'm going to pass over to Alex. Let's see if Alex is there. Alex, you can come on if you're now not driving. Otherwise, we're going to go to Michael. Okay, Alex, let's try Michael. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Hi, yeah, can you hear me, Rory?
Yes, I can hear you well. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, I think it's just, again, I don't have a question to ask, but I think, it's just to reassure the community that, first of all, thank you for putting your neck out there. There are lots of us who are behind you. It's not an easy thing. We all have large communities behind us who are suffering. So whatever you do, we are just here to relay everything that you're doing to them and encourage them to, as you say, to record everything, that transactions they're doing, and just make sure the records are there, because as we've seen, it's not easy with Sam. He just changes from one thing to another, and if we don't stop him, he will just continue and wrecking the families. I know people personally who have lost loved ones. I know people who are mentally ill now because of all this, and he does. If we don't really stop him, this will only continue. So I think for me, it's just to encourage the community.
You know what drives me nuts is that Sam doesn't see what he's doing wrong, or according to him, he doesn't see it. He thinks this is a legitimate business opportunity. So
yeah.
For me, then we need to, the community needs to show him that we're not prepared. I mean, the emails that I've been receiving, and the hurt and the pain and the decimation, and I don't want to talk about it, but I have no doubt there's been suicides linked to all of this as well. And as I say, we think that this is just these. Linked with the hypertech group, this goes back to Colin Stark Capital. There's a much, much bigger thing at play here, much bigger than we think, much bigger. And I don't believe Sam is the top dog here. I think he's just maybe he thinks he is, but he's certainly being played. And his behavior is very unbecoming. I think you guys might have seen his behavior last week, Friday. I didn't see it, but I picked up on it in one of the other channels. And he was drunk again, and he just seems to want to blame everybody else. Where's the accountability from Sam's point of view? He just doesn't see it. So if he doesn't see it and he's not going to make right, well, as a community, let's stop other people getting the pain and hurt that we got, what we felt, Michael. You know what I mean? There's genuinely good opportunities out there. The last thing we need is somebody just stealing from people. I don't know. Apparently, there was, we had that, it was Vidilook, and then you had AVA. I don't know if you remember, it was like a AVA. Now I'm told that Sam's tech company was behind that, and that's collapsed. So it's just one thing after another, after another. I didn't get involved in it, but they launched AVA, then he launched VAV, So I'm just totally bemused that this is continuing, and the only way we're going to get this to stop is to get the answers we need. And he's in Dubai, and obviously there's no extradition treaty between the States and Dubai. There is some kind of a treaty with Australia, but if this doesn't work or they can't get him extradited, well, then we've got to take it heads on in Dubai. And that's it. I told you guys the 15th of February, I'm going to move into the next phase. We've got enough people committed, and I will stick to that.
Rory?
Yes, Cynthia.
Sorry, I was muted. I couldn't answer you just now. No, I was listening attentively. Yeah. I just want to put something out there and get your feel on it. So obviously, me being in the accounting field, and I've made this my work to sort of watch this whole thing going on. So he has not been on any of the documents before, right? He says on the V.E.N.D documents. Now, I've got conflicting information there. A mutual friend of ours told me he's not on the documents, and then another one told me he is. That's actually irrelevant for me at this point. What I'm thinking, and you're saying that you wonder how, if he's really the kingpin of... It's just funny for me that he always structures himself in a way that he can, get himself out of it. So what I'm saying, the V.E.N.D platform allowing all these random people, and I think if people know what the criteria is to launch a token on V.E.N.D, you would actually turn and run. I can't believe that there's still people there, but anyway. So he's allowing whomever wants to launch a token to launch a token. There's no prerequisite, there's no requirement, there's no upfront money, there's nothing. They fill in a form, they send it to him, he launches the token. He himself is not listed on anything there. So I'm saying when V.E.N.D goes belly up, who do you think people are going to go after if you want your money back? Who got the money from the tokens, the token owners? Because Sam is only getting the 2%. So he's literally structuring this V.E.N.D to take so that the token owners is going to take the fall for him. Because they're going to be the people that got the money. And this is what people don't understand. So this lady that talked just now on the Zoom, I knew her from V.E.N.D. We were co-staff members. The discussion I'm having with you now, I had with her. Yes. Okay, I tried to warn her. She didn't want to listen. She said she didn't care, because if she doesn't do it, somebody else will. So, yeah. So that's the type of people that are launching their tokens on this platform. I mean, there's no requirement for them to give any upfront money or any. So what's the basis of them owning this token? I can go to Sam today and I can say to him, I want to launch a token. I fill in a form. I tell him what I want the token's name to be, and I tell him what the terms of the token must be. 5 times X or whatever, what type of payment out I want, and what prerequisite I want for people to be able to buy the token. That is it. Then the token starts running. 5 or 6% of that money goes to me, 2% of it goes to Sam for the tech, and 2% goes to the company. And supposedly, and I put this in big inverted commas, the rest of it is supposed to be paid out to the community until the wallet runs dry, which I can tell you now is why I left. It's not happening. The wallet is not running dry. They are deciding when they're not comfortable. If there was 1 or 2 negative days, then they stop the wallet so that the money is not depleted. I wish people would listen and actually pay attention to people like me that's been there, that's been in the background, that's dissected the data. Yeah. But they will not listen to me. They will not listen to us. They will listen to the people launching because they're just in it for the quick fix. They want the returns, not remembering that there's a human factor behind it. And if that token holder or Sam decides they can launch the token today, tomorrow they can decide that they're not comfortable, they can stop it. So looking at the data, like he usually says, is not going to help you because there's a human factor in the background, and that human factor decides where their level of comfort lies.
Yeah.
And not a workable solution.
Well, Cynthia, thank you for sharing that insight. And, I think if people don't get the message loud and clear, and you were there trying to understand what was going on and was in the background, really, then you might as well just go and put your money on black and red. And anyway, I think you're going to lose it. It's just crazy.
I don't want to be horrible, but then I believe you. There's some of us here, many of us, that don't deserve what happened to us. What happened to us happened due to even me. I mean, I'm in the financial field. I believe them for a period of time. I'm just like that. I believe in people's good intent because I always have good intent. And I think most South Africans have good intent by heart. So we're not used to that level of I don't know what you call it. I don't want to say evil, but, disregard for people suffering. And South Africa, we battle and suffer too much. We are quite aware of what it takes. So I think we come from a different world, and maybe I didn't understand it. But the minute that I did, I certainly disentangled myself from it, and I will not be involved. And I'm like you, made it my mission. Every person that asks me, or if I've ever given a platform, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to keep quiet. If I help one person, that's enough for me.
Yeah. No, well, Cynthia, thank you very much. And I think going head to head and now exposing this, particularly with the bull run coming, we don't need more people to be hurt. And Sam needs to be stopped. And I'm happy to go. I've invited Sam. We can apply logic and talk to him, but he just goes on.
He doesn't. No. Even if you do talk to him, he doesn't listen to you. He goes on his own tangent. I tried to talk to him in our staff meetings. You can't. He even tried to convince me that what I was seeing with my own 2 eyes is not. He gives me the data when I relay the data, like I interpret it back to him. He tries and convinces me that I'm not seeing it right. I mean, for heaven's sake, I've been in the industry for 38 years. I don't think there's much you could tell me about a spreadsheet and Excel.
And the thing is, at least you were exposed to that data. You had it. The other people that are putting their capital in aren't seeing everything the way, in the same way. So you
when
know
he stopped MMM, there was a 940,000 USDT wallet, and he stopped the MMM trade. And he said it was because there was negative data. The negative data was 2 days of trading over a weekend where people started getting afraid because he was having all the specials on the MMM, remember? And yes. The negative trade didn't even equal 10,000 USDT while he was sitting on a 940,000 USDT wallet. And that is how sure he is of himself. He puts that in an Excel spreadsheet. If the data was true or not, I don't know, but that's what we were given. I looked at the data and I queried it with him, and he still tried to tell me. He kept on about the 2 days negative trading, but I was saying 2 days of equaling 10,000 against the 940,000 Rand wallet that you told us you would let run out until it's depleted, because that's the course of the cycle that you said we needed to understand, and now you're not permitting it. So you're literally setting us up to fail. You're telling us one thing, but you're doing another. You are using the human factor in the background to override the tech and stop it at your level of comfort. And that was my problem. We had a screaming match with each other on the staff group. I think Summer still recorded it. I told her to please not put it out because I used some very colorful language. I was so frustrated with them. Yeah. Real South African woman, cross Afrikaanse vrou language is what I used. But anyway, that was just the downplay of our little thing. But I'm just trying to warn everybody here. If you still in V.E.N.D, get out.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you very much. And you know, the Arabic law is Egyptian law is very different to our Western culture law, okay? And yes, there's contracts on the one side, but there's other old laws of contracts as well. And Sam has paid up, and there's a lot of other documents that have been exposed to me with people that were there as well. It's without a shadow of a doubt. There is no ways that Sam can work his way out of this one. I believe that in the next, as I said, if things haven't happened in the next 8 days, we're going to keep cranking up the heat and we will go to court in Dubai. If we don't go to court, if he is extradited, then we can make a decision as a community. What do we want to do? Do we want to, let's say he goes to Australia, do we want to go and pursue him there with the Australian courts, or do we want to go to the US, or do we want to just stop? But right now, he's still walking around and he's still doing the same thing. He comes onto this V.E.N.D call, as we heard, and he doesn't even address the issue of Stable Limited. It's business as usual, scam as usual, and I'm calling it as it is, as you guys know. But and look, Sam still engages with me, and I'm happy to engage with him. I'm not fooled by him. If that makes any sense. I want the truth, and it's bigger than Sam, and we can't let this continue, because even if Sam does go to prison, we can't let this continue. It has to get stopped at all levels. And we've been working on this for a long time in Dubai, and we're well aware of some bigger issues going down. Thank you very much, Cynthia.
Alex is back.
Alex,
Alex
all right,
is back.
Let's unmute Alex and give him a chance. Alex, are you able to talk, sir? I'm going to ask you to unmute, Alex.
He must be having problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think this went much longer than expected, but is there any last questions from anybody that would like to ask anything? I'm going to do a more detailed meeting on Friday. More than likely, V.E.N.D meeting might be on Friday, who knows? But for me, I think we need to get to the bottom of it. So I will keep communicating as I get information. I want to thank everybody that took the time to attend here. We need to just make sure that more people don't get hurt. Again, if anybody wants to participate in the legal side, please just reach out to those people. Thank you, Mario, for getting your team more aware of what's going on. What did you think of my Spanish, Mario? The little video that I did.
Good. It was really good. Yeah. Was that AI or was that really you? Was that really you?
No.
I was like, man, I need to get with you on that. That was awesome. That was like almost better than me. That was pretty.
So I used AI, and it I actually did 12 for those that want to go on my YouTube channel. There's 30-second slots for Spanish. I did Arabic, Hindi, Tamil. I did a 30-second slot on all these, explaining to people that we're going to courts, because my concern is that people that have joined up that don't speak English, maybe they're not getting the message from those people that got them involved. So I actually did those videos to try and expose them, for the members to make their own decision, Mario. Because at the end of the day, people can walk away, but let them have the decision from their side what they want to do.
Yeah. Send me that link, because I definitely would like to use it. It's very good. Very good.
Okay, I'll do that.
Very well understood. Yeah, you did a great job. I was like, wow, I didn't know you spoke Spanish. We got Mary. Mary just raised her hand. Do you have time for her?
Yeah. Let's have a chat with Mary.
Hello.
Hi, Mary.
Hi there. Hi. Thanks. I'm afraid I joined this meeting a little bit late, so I'm just catching the tail end of it. But I was just wondering, I heard the last sort of few minutes, and I was just wondering, with everything that's been said, is it still wise to transfer the data from Vidilook or WAV into into V.E.N.D?
No, because what we're finding is that the stable limited is not working. So in other words, we until that website is up and running properly, we don't want to do anything. So that's where we are right now. We're going to have another call on Friday, and we're going to take it from there. And I'll drop a video to everybody as well.
Okay, so for now, don't bother doing it.
No, I wouldn't bother doing it. No.
No. Okay. And did you say that there is there?
Get screenshots and videos. Get screenshots and videos of your Vidilook.
Oh yeah, I've done all that, and I've done it on WAV as well.
Yeah. But it is nice because you can actually you can freeze it and take a screenshot of that on the video, when you get to those certain things. So
yeah. Okay, thanks. And has the point come where we're going to put £15 towards the lawsuit yet, or is it not at that point yet?
Not yet. So what we're going to do is that I said I'm going to give it until the 15th, because if Sam gets arrested or gets extradited to Australia, then there's no point in a legal case going ahead in Dubai, correct?
I see.
But if we decide as a community we want to pursue and still do a legal case, but we want to do it in Dubai, then in Australia, then we could potentially do that as well. So
yeah. All right. Thanks very much, then. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. I'm just trying to find this creator. Let me see if I can log in here to show you. Let me see if I can share my screen and show you what I actually did. So this is for those that would like to do videos in multiple languages. This is called Hey Jen. I'll drop a link here before I go. So what you do is you record yourself and you create an avatar for yourself. And then you go and create a video. And then from that video, you'll have personal projects. Now, if you do an audio video, so this is a video I created. And now if I do a video translate, what you do is you got two ways of doing it. You can upload in text, or you can use, for example, a YouTube channel. So what I do is I upload it in English, I use the link, and then basically I translate it into the different languages. So if I go to the Arabic over here and I play that, this will now, I don't know if you guys can see the screen, this will now take the English and convert it into Arabic.
لقد وصلنا إلى أكثر من 10,000 عضو للمضي قدما في الدعوة القانونية ضد مجموعة هايبرتك وسام لي في دبي. عندنا أكثر من 10,250 أشخاص ملتزمون بالعملية. انتقل للمرحلة الثانية. إذا لم تكن جزءا من العملية، تحدث مع المسؤول الأعلى أو اطلع على المعلومات أدناه. انقر على الرابط قبل إغلاقه.
Now, I can tell you for good reason, I cannot speak Arabic, or I can't speak Russian either, but I did it in Russian. You'll see what Russian sounds like.
Мы достигли отметки в 10 тысяч членов, чтобы продвигаться вперед с судебным иском против группы Hypertech и Сэма Ли в Дубае. У нас более 10,857 людей, которые привержены процессу. Теперь перейдем ко второй фазе. Если вы не участвуете в процессе, обратитесь к спонсору или получите информацию ниже. Щелкните ссылку, чтобы не пропустить.
So quite entertaining. Even my French And actually, a friend of mine who's actually in Dubai asked me, how did I get a Canadian French accent? So this is a Canadian.
Nous avons dépassé la barre des 10 000 membres pour engager des poursuites judiciaires contre le groupe Hypertech et Samly à Dubaï. Nous avons plus de 10 857 personnes engagées dans le processus.
So I think that's pretty cool for those people that want to make sure that their messages are getting correctly communicated to everybody else. I'll just drop a link in the chat, and then you guys can use that if you'd like to. Is there any other questions?
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I can't stop laughing from listening to your voice in so many languages. That was great.
Do you know what? I think for me, it makes a difference now I wanted to, and this is also for the legal case, I want to make sure that whatever we do does not get misunderstood. Does that make sense? Because I want to make sure that we are communicating the right message to everybody. And it wasn't too bad as well. It wasn't that expensive, to be honest. It was really affordable. If you look at what kind of work that you're needing to do, I'm just going to send this. So if you'd like to make use of it, you can. There we go.
You need to get a affiliates
Sure.
position.
Yeah, so I've sent
good.
I've sent my affiliate link over there, so you can just link on there, and then if you want to share it, I mean, you get some extra credits for sharing it with people, but it wasn't that expensive. I think I got at the 15 credit option one, and you've seen all the videos I've been able to do, and every month it just credits me with more. If I run out of credits, I can then buy credits essentially. So I just want to make sure. Unfortunately, it's maybe I need to just ask some of our Zulu colleagues and that to be able to share the information, because it Anna, please just click on the link there and just go and have a look. It will tell you everything, and you can sign up for free as well. So you can sign up for free and do a free avatar and do a free translation. So you are allowed to use some of the free services. I just obviously did a lot more videos. So okay, let me share the link again. I'm not sure why it's not going through. I don't know if you can pin a link.
It went in fine. It went in fine. They're just asking for you to put it up there again.
Okay, super. Well, let's call it a wrap, Mario. Thank you for everybody for your time. I really appreciate everybody coming through. Let's see what happens on Friday. And again, my commitment is here. If Sam doesn't come through with what he says he's going to do, or he's still running around doing the wrong things, we go to court in the Dubai. That's my commitment to everybody. We will carry on with that. All right. Otherwise, have a super day, and we'll see you on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Rory.
Okay, guys.